I took a journey on the bus the other day, and at a certain point I looked up, and the bus was quite crowded, but I looked up and I realised that every single person on that bus was doing this. And I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, I was kind of doing it myself before I looked up, but it really struck me, the glories of Edinburgh were passing us by. Nobody was looking at Edinburgh. Everybody was just doing swipe, 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 swipe. And it really struck me. And I thought to myself, what is it that you are looking for? And it really struck me that everybody is looking for something. What is it that we're all looking for on our mobile phones? Happiness, meaning, love. And then it really struck me, but these are exactly the things the scriptures, what we call the Bible, are talking about. In the scriptures, the New Testament as we call it, we are introduced to this extraordinary person of Jesus Christ, and we're introduced through a kaleidoscope of 4 different perspectives or accounts, written, according to tradition, by Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. This means that the Gospel, which is this picture of Jesus Christ in 4 different versions, is like a multi-sided crystal, one of those crystals which if you hold up to the light, whichever way you turn it, you get a different perspective or different colour and different dimension. The whole thing has a beauty and a depth that you never quite get to the end of. The picture of the person of Jesus Christ that we uncover through these extraordinary writings in the pages of the New Testament is a unique picture. It's unique in the history of world literature. It is a historical account, more or less, about events at a specific moment in time in a specific place, which archaeology and historiography can confirm. But it also is a picture that tells us about the deepest truths of human life, of love and happiness, ultimately about what it means to be human. And in a world which is dominated, as we all know, by the 24-hour news cycle and immediate gratification, the gospel brings into view a deeper horizon, if you like, an eternal horizon. But the richness of the gospel, and the very thing which is so unique about it and so wonderful about it, the very depth of it, can be daunting. If you don't know what you're reading when you just open the book, it can be difficult to chart a course through these writings, through the scriptures, or even to know where to begin. And that's why having somebody to guide you, someone who perhaps has already walked that path through study and prayer, can really be a game changer. So it's for that reason that we here at St Mary's Cathedral in Edinburgh have invited Professor James Edwards, who is a world-renowned expert in scripture, to come here to Edinburgh to help us to understand and chart our way through the gospel. And he will come to spend a week with us here at the cathedral in October, precisely to help us to encounter Jesus in the gospel. In particular, Professor James is an expert in the Gospel of Mark, which almost all the scholars agree is probably the oldest gospel, written around 65 AD. Modern experts like Professor Edwards think that Mark was a close associate of Peter the Apostle. That's the general consensus. And much of Mark's gospel account has a sort of eyewitness first-hand quality. So what they think is that Mark, or John Mark, ended up in Rome with Peter as an old man who told Mark about his encounter with Jesus, and Mark wrote it down. As a means of uncovering the face of Jesus, Mark's Gospel brings us right to the heart of Jesus' life on earth in a really profound and beautiful way. The event with Professor Edwards is going to take place each evening here at St Mary's Cathedral, Piccadilly Place, from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock, Monday to Friday, the 23rd to the 27th of October. And you can register to take part in this event now at the link below. The sessions are open to anyone who is interested in knowing more about Jesus Christ in the Gospel. You don't have to come to the whole thing, it's better if you do, but you can, each evening will be complete in itself. And you don't have to have any previous knowledge or understanding. It's open to all, really open to all. And I would really encourage you, I suppose, to think about taking this opportunity to step out of the modern day quick gratification cycle and to spend some time instead searching for what we're all really looking for, which is beauty, goodness, and truth. If this is attractive in any way, or in any way interesting to you, then why not come along? I know it's quite a big commitment, but it's not that much of a commitment, and it really is a unique opportunity to do something worthwhile and to learn something from one of the world's great experts. And why not share this video with your friends and family? You can share it quite easily by just clicking, or your colleagues at work. And why not encourage some of them who might be interested and might be searching to come along with you to these events? There is very little to lose, and there could be a really great deal to gain.